For UpperMichiganSource.com, I'm meteorologist Sean Householder with your weather on demand. We take a look at our almanac numbers from yesterday. Well, we fell a few degrees short of the long-term average, which was to be expected, and we were dealing with that frontal boundary that was affecting our area. We've been tracking that thing for this entire week. The weather headlines for today, well, the flooding concern continues. Winter also giving us a dose of her medicine, and we'll talk about what we call the triple point of water, and that threatens much of our western counties. Winter storm warning until 2 p.m. today for Gogebic County. Meanwhile, a winter weather advisory continues in Ontonagon County. At the same time, they're not showing on the map, but several flood warnings continue through. That'll continue into Saturday. Flood warnings include Paint River, Black River, Trap Rock, Sturgeon, Menominee, Escanaba River. Those rivers are all under a flood warning through Saturday. Ontonagon and Gogebic counties are also in a flood warning. Flood advisory continues for Chocolate, and the flood watch will be effective for the Michigami until further notice as well. Here's this frontal boundary streaming lots of moisture right into the Upper Peninsula. As you take a look at central and eastern UP, though, you start to see drier air, especially along the Sioux there, patchy blue sky. But boy, as we look west, it's a messy situation, mix of precipitation, so water will exist in all three phases basically at the same time today. Rain, snow, freezing rain, some sleet, all possible, and that mix of precipitation could stretch as far east as Marquette, and then mainly rain as you look eastward. Here's why. Temperatures above freezing, and they'll stay above freezing in the south and east throughout the day. And we're just on the border of the freezing point there. Lots of cold air on the backside of this low pressure and cold front. 64 in St. Louis. Meanwhile, Cheyenne reporting 10 degrees. So stark temperature contrast along with this front. Now, air on the backside of this front pulling cold air out of Canada, and we continue to see that. And even into Friday, this boundary will continue to affect our weather, not making a whole lot of eastward progress. It does gradually slide eastward. Back to today, well, we're tracking that mix of precipitation across the western half of the Upper Peninsula. Temperatures only manage the mid-30s. Winds will be brisk out of the north through tonight, and as we look east, winds will be out of the north. We'll see scattered to isolated rain showers, but it's mild, mid to upper 40s. Tonight, temperatures fall into the upper 20s, low 30s. Slick spots, definitely a possibility, and some heavy wet snow accumulating in those western counties. Meanwhile, in the east, it's not so cold, mid-30s, scattered rain showers. Here's the snowfall forecast. Could see up to a foot of snow. Marinesco and points west. As you look eastward in parts of the Copper Country and Keweenaw, we'll still see snow. It will be significantly less or so, 4 to 6 inches, maybe isolated pockets of 8 inches. And even as you look eastward, although we're not seeing accumulating snow, could certainly see some slick spots with that mix of precipitation overnight into your Friday. Now, your TV 6-day forecast, there is a bit of uncertainty with that low pressure into the weekend, but right now it looks like it'll be a sun-cloud mix. It'll definitely be a bit warmer with temps in the 50s, slight chance of rain, and then we really dry out for next week.